a vast majority of people, regardless of what their faith is, they feel lost from time to time. And what do I mean by lost? They don't know what they are doing and why. And so many people are running this rat race without knowing what they are doing and why they are doing it and what is the purpose in life. And anyone can feel that way. Anyone and everyone can feel that way. Whether you belong to Abrahamic religions or non-Abrahamic religions, or someone is, God forbid, atheist, does not matter. We all have that tendency, and we are all prone to having this feeling that we are lost, and we stop and we ask ourselves, what's the point of all this? What's the point of Majlis? What's the point of Azadari? What's the point of anything? And you know, if someone feels lost, I would say to them, congratulations. You at least know that you are lost. And if you know, then you are ready. You are ready to embark on the journey to discover yourself, to know who you really are and find yourself. But before you can know who you really are, you need to know what you really are. I said two-step process to discovering ourselves. What are you? Do you know what you are? If I asked this question to a congregation, what are you? The answers would be diverse, different, depending on the inclination and perspectives of different people. Someone might say, I'm a boy. Someone might say, I'm a girl. Someone might say, I'm a Muslim. Someone might say, I'm Shia. I would say, I don't care. Tell me, what are you? And someone might say, I am a surgeon. I am an engineer. I am a rocket scientist, if there is any. And I would say, I still don't care. Tell me, what are you? And the answer is very simple. The answer is Insan. Insan. But the answer is even deeper than that. I would want you to think even deeper. And therefore, I have selected and recited the first verse of Surah Al-Insan in the opening sermon, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, هَلْ أَتَى عَلَى الْإِنسَانِ حِينٌ مِّنَ الدَّهْرِ لَمْ يَكُنْ شَيْئًا مَذْكُورًا. And the most common translation of it is that we often read, and that translation is, has there ever been a time upon man or human beings that there were something worthy to be mentioned? This is the most common translation of this verse. Has there ever been a time when man was something worthy to be mentioned? And when we look at different tafasir, they talk about it, Sunni tafasir, Shia tafasir, and they explain there was a time when there were many creations, there was this earth, there were oceans and everything, but human beings were not even present then. They came much later. This sounds a bit humiliating. Oh, you are nothing. You are not even worth being mentioned. But when we take a closer look at this verse, we learn that the real translation and meaning of this verse is quite the opposite. And I would want to spend a couple of minutes, some basic tafsiri discussion. Inshallah, you're going to enjoy it. Let's take another closer look at this verse. Hal ata, has there come or has there been, alal insani, upon mankind or upon human beings, hinum min ad-dahri, some time or instance on a big time scale. I'll get back to hinum min ad-dahr. This is important. Has there been upon man some instance on a big time scale, lam yakun, that he was not shay'un madhkura, something worthy to be mentioned? What does that mean? Has there ever been a time when man was, or human beings were not something worthy to be mentioned? They have always been worthy to be mentioned. But we so casually translate it, and when we look at different English translations of this verse, and I've looked at several, I found everyone translating it the same. That man was nothing worthy to be mentioned, except one, Pickthall. Pickthall surprises me from time to time. Pickthall translates it, hath there ever been upon man time when he was something unremembered? Pickthall keeps surprising me from time to time, very old translation. And I would encourage those who are interested in different translations to take a look at Pickthall. Not all of his translations are precise, but this one really surprised me. So I started to dig deeper. And then I found some riwayat in tafsir riwayat, different Quranic exegesis based on our ahadith. One riwayah attributed to al-Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam and al-Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam. Very interesting. The Imams explained this verse, and the Imams, both of them said, attributed to both of them, كَانَ مَذْكُورًا فِي الْعِلْمِ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ مَذْكُورًا فِي الْخَلْقِ. That insan was indeed worthy to be mentioned. In other words, did exist in the ilm of Allah, but was not worthy to be mentioned in the creation. Then another hadith attributed to Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, very beautiful hadith. هل أتى على الإنسان وقت هل أتى عليك يا إنسان وقت لم يكن الله لك ذاكرا فيه. The Imam says, "O insan, has there ever been a time when Allah was not your dhakir? When Allah did not remember you? Has there ever been a time?" Very deep hadith. So let me explain this with the help of hinum min ad-dahr. I said hinum min ad-dahr. Hin means a very short instance. Let's say a dot, very short, on a very big time scale called ad-dahr. Ad-dahr. And usually it is translated into English as time. But ad-dahr is not simply time. What is time? Usually in this realm of time space, time is the distance between two happenings in the realm of time space. But ad-dahr is a timeline, a scale that starts in the realm beyond time space and cuts through into the realm of time space. Ad-dahr in Islamic scholarship. We have different types of time in Islam. Ad-dahr is the time that starts in the realm beyond time space, before time space, cuts through into the realm of time space. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, in other words, you think your story started at the time of your birth? No, no, no. Did it start at the time of Adam? No, no, no. Did it start at the time of quantum fluctuations, if such a thing exists? Not even then. It started much longer before than that, because the Imam says you have never been out of the dhikr or remembrance of Allah, because you have always been in the thoughts of God. Thoughts of God. We have always been in the thoughts of God. Cherish this thought that we are eternal. Allah's ilm is eternal. And our concept, our blueprint has existed since ever and ever in Allah's eternal ilm. This is what the Imam is telling us. And although the knowledge of all His creation has existed in His ilm since the beginning, but insan has had a special place. Because insan is the representative of Allah in His creation, His Khalifa. So we have always been, I borrowed colloquial term, thoughts. Allah does not have thoughts. But we have always been in Allah's thoughts. But the question is, how often is Allah in our thoughts? That is the root cause of feeling lost.